Good afternoon. Here is the news afternoon. First, the highlights. The Governor Sanwo-Olu charges new police constables to uphold integrity, serve with distinction. Federal government approves 4 billion naira cash transfer for vulnerable households. On the foreign scene, United States President Donald Trump backtracks on imposition of tariffs on China. And in sports, Nigeria set to bid for 2031 African Games. And now the details. I am Mike James. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged about 1,130 constables of the Nigerian police to uphold integrity and serve with distinction. He gave the charge in his goodwill message at the Constable Personnel Parade at the Police College Ikeja. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Bimbola Salihu, urged them to embrace professionalism and the highest ethical standards by treating the citizens with respect while carrying out their duties, saying that they must never compromise their integrity, even in the face of adversity. The governor congratulated the constables for their hard work, commitment, and dedication during the 6-month rigorous training at the college. Governor Sanwo-Olu implored them to pursue continuous learning and professional development to stay abreast of modern policing techniques and best practices, in addition to supporting one another. Lagos State Government has called for concerted efforts to achieve zero fire incident in marketplaces in the state with the inauguration of safety and emergency marshals. The state government, through the Safety Commission, said it has become important to have market representatives that will ensure emergency preparedness in Lagos markets to prevent fire disasters. Speaking at Obanikoro Market, Lagos Island, the director of Lagos State Safety Commission, Larry Mojola, said the training was designed to avail the participant of the hazard identification, prevention, recovery, and response around the market. He recalled what the past fire disasters had cost the state in terms of compensation to the victims and insurance cost to the market men and women. Mojola said this made the agency recalibrate its program by consistently sensitizing the people and training them on how to identify hazards. Earlier, technical advisor of the Lagos State Safety Commission, Shehu Aojobi, explained that markets are vital to the economic development of the state and remain the hub of commerce, and they must be protected from hazards such as fire outbreaks, accidents, and others. The Lagos State Government has ordered closure of pedestrian bridge located between Terminal 2 and Terminal 3 in Oshodi Bus Terminal due to concerns regarding safety and structural integrity of the bridge. The order mandated contractors handling the initial construction of the terminal through Office of Infrastructure to place concrete barriers at the entrances leading to the bridge to safeguard lives of pedestrians who use the infrastructure, and to also conduct comprehensive structural integrity assessment on the bridge for the purpose of repairs, reconstruction works. Pedestrians are advised to make use of an alternative bridge located 30 meters away, pending the outcome of the report of the structural integrity assessment. The Lagos State Government has called on residents to take ownership of lighting installations and protect them. This was part of the recommendation made at the Lagos State Electricity Board LSEB stakeholders town hall engagement, which took place at Ikoyi, Lagos. The event brought together key stakeholders to discuss the security of electrical infrastructures and the importance of community collaboration. Addressing the gathering, the General Manager, KAT Balogun, emphasized that community engagement is crucial for safeguarding public utilities. He encouraged residents to play an active role in securing these assets, reiterating that their safety is a shared responsibility. The interactive session also featured contributions from the chairman of Community Development Committees, CDCs, from Ikoyi, Obalende, Victoria Island, and Lagos Island. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has approved 4 billion naira for conditional cash transfers to vulnerable households in Nigeria. During the launch of the 2025 Nigeria Humanitarian Needs and Response Plan at the United Nations House in Abuja, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Nentwe Yilwada, announced interventions to address the country's deepening humanitarian crisis. Yilwada said the move is expected to support at least 10 million displaced households, primarily targeting the most vulnerable members of society. He added that the government has approved 2 billion naira in interest-free loans to farmers, specifically those in rural communities, to boost food production and self-sufficiency. The cash transfer program is set to begin in February and continue through April, aiming to alleviate the immediate needs of families affected by displacement, particularly in the northeast. Minister of Interior Olubumi Tunjiojo has directed the Nigeria Immigration Service NIS to deploy new printers to the passport offices in the Nigerian consulate in Atlanta and New York, United States of America. This is coming a few days after a petition by a group of Nigerians in the diaspora. The petitioners had appealed to the minister to act after detailing challenges being faced by Nigerians in dire need of consular services in the two cities. In response, Tunjiojo, in a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Alao Babatunde, acknowledged receipt of the petition while announcing his directive to the NIS. And in some foreign news, United States President Donald Trump says he would rather not impose tariffs on China after previously threatening sweeping action on the world's second biggest economy. Trump said America's big power over China is tariffs, which Beijing does not want. After taking office on Monday, Trump said 10% tariffs on all Chinese imports could kick off on February 1, and on the campaign trail, touted a levy as high as 60%. Meanwhile, a U.S. judge has temporarily blocked Trump's order to change birthright citizenship, which was slated to take effect in February. Trump has also ordered the declassification of files relating to the deaths of John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr. as part of another flurry of executive orders. And over to sports news. Chairman of the National Sports Commission, NSC, Shehu Diko, has hinted about the possibility of Nigeria putting up a formal bid to host the 2031 African Games, even as the Commission solicits support from the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, and its United States counterpart on the country's anti-doping plans. Formerly known as the All Africa Games, Nigeria hosted the second edition of the quadrennial continental multi-sport event in Lagos in 1973 and held its 8th edition in Abuja in 2003. Over 2 decades after Nigeria last hosted the continental showpiece, Diko revealed the country's interest following a meeting on the margins of the recently concluded Inter-Regional African Ministerial Meeting in Banjul, Gambia, with the African Union Commissioner for Health, Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development, Minata Sesuma. He added that the NSC will continue engaging with all stakeholders and colleagues across the globe in its quest to boost sports development in Nigeria, hinged on sustainable frameworks and create a sports economy in Nigeria in line with the vision of President Bola Tinubu. And that was our news at 12. But just before we go, remember to always wear your seatbelt when driving. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs. It's live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. And you can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 100 double dinner bins were locally assembled for the use of Lagos Waste Management Agency LOMA? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has urged about 1,130 constables of the Nigerian police to uphold integrity and serve with distinction. He gave the charge in his goodwill message at the constable passing out parade at the police college Ikeja. The federal government has approved 4 billion naira for conditional cash transfers to vulnerable households in Nigeria. We also told you that United States President Donald Trump has stated he would rather not impose tariffs on China after previously threatening sweeping action on the world's second biggest economy. In sports, chairman of the National Sports Commission NSC, Shehu Diko, has hinted about the possibility of Nigeria putting up a formal bid to host the 2031 African Games, even as the commission solicits support from the world's anti-doping agency WADA and its United States counterpart on the country's anti-doping plans. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adeswa Ejoyoka. Thank you for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Beautiful afternoon to you.